Welcome. This lesson is just writing the equation in standard form for a ellipse. Just remember the standard form looks like this. The only difference that it might have is the a squared might be underneath the y term versus the x term, depending on whether it's wider versus taller. This one's wider. The major axis, so there's three things you need to find in order to write the equation. First thing is the center. Center for this ellipse is 0, 0. So we found our values of h and values of k. The next thing we need to do is find the value of a. A is the half the length of the major axis. So that's a length of 9. The b value is half the length of the minor axis, which is this value here, which is 3. Now remember, that's a. That's not a squared, and that's not b squared. So when you go to type it in, you're going to type in a fraction. You're going to do x squared, because we don't need to do a parentheses because there's no shift in the center. And then the a, which is 9 squared, is 81. Always plus. Then we do another fraction. We do our y minus our h, or k squared, but k is 0, so we don't need to do that. So it's y squared over our b value squared. B is 3, b 3 squared is 9, and it's always equal to 1. Okay, so another horizontal one centered at the origin. I'm going to just jump ahead, try to find one. Yeah, here's one that's not centered at the origin. So again, first thing I'm going to do is write down the center. The center is 5, 0 is the center. And the a value now is going to go under y because the a value's vertical, which is a total of 8 units, or half the major axis is 8. Half the minor axis is 4. So A is 8, B is 4, and I actually have these two values swapped because A is underneath the Y because it's longer vertically than it is horizontally. So when I go to type it in, and I'm going to do again fraction, since it's the x value that's shifted, I will do parentheses now and do x minus my horizontal shift. Don't forget the squared, all over. Now it's the b value, which is 4 squared, which is 16, plus, again, another fraction. Since there's no vertical shift, it's just a y squared over, now this is the a value squared, which is 64, because the a value is 8, always equal to 1. Again, I'm going to jump ahead again, see if I can find one that's not even centered on a net. Yeah, like this one right here. So again, first thing I always do is find the center. Center of my ellipse is 4, 5. 4, 5. My a value and b value. So what I usually do is, if it's hard to tell, I'll do this and go, that's 2, that's 5 units. And this way here is only 4 units. So obviously the a is vertical, so it's underneath the y term. The b is horizontal because it's under, and so it's underneath the x term. So again, I'm going to do my fraction. I'm going to do my parentheses, x minus my x value, which is 4 squared, in the parentheses. Since this is my horizontal, or my b, which is going to be 16, b squared is 16, always plus, again, second fraction, parentheses, y minus the y value of my vertex, or my center, I mean, not vertex, my center, which is 5. Again, don't forget to square, all over my a value squared. A was 5, so that's 25, equals always 1. If you have any questions on this, please bring them to class and I will help you, but you should be able to do it.